Welcome to Region Degenerates. We are a proud member of the Overtime Sports Network. You can find the Overtime Sports Network on the interwebs at www.otsportsnetwork.wixsite.com/OTSN. We have all your gambling, blogging, podcast needs. We also have live shows. Now go check us out. We are also on Twitter at _OTSN. We no longer have next. We are now. Boys, let's get to the show. Welcome to Region Degenerates, introducing your co-hosts.
It's your boy Nate.
And everyone's favorite idiot, Kyle Crown.
And I am your host, Mikey Wilson. Into another episode of Region Degenerates. We got a full house today, a couple new faces. We got Nate Fowler in the house.
Yeah.
And newly dubbed Crazy Cat Man. Is that what you just called him?
Yeah, Crazy Cat Man.
Hi, guys.
New to the podcast. First time on the podcast? First time on a podcast?
First time on a podcast.
There you go.
Tyler Triumph.
This
Good
is
friend
the-
of mine. Good
This
friend
is
of
the day for
Julie's.
new shit.
Yeah, hey.
We
Shoes
brought
today.
him on to fill the boots of Kyle Crown. Not big shoes to fill, by the way.
No,
That's okay. I don't have big feet.
calves are already bigger than his, so
You showed up.
that's
So,
true.
I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
Listen, that's not half the battle.
That's more than half the battle. So pinch this right here, and then make sure you're looking at the toner.
It says toner on the side. That might have been the problem.
So this
So just the toner.
It's out of
and
fucking
technical difficulties have been figured out. Nate, talk to me a little bit, man. How's your week been?
Well,
I heard
yeah,
Yikes!
yeah, bad stuff. So
I got your hair.
let's go.
Oh, I got a squirter.
Yeah, you got my foot. So let's rewind to 2 weeks ago. We made it to the playoffs, 2 seed. I already knew that was
We didn't
coming.
record last week.
Yeah. We beat the living shit out of this team. Leading up to that game, my coach messages the commissioner what time we're supposed to be, like what's the rest of the playoff schedule. Commissioner tells us we're going to play second round of playoffs on the 28th of August. And so coach is like, all right. So he tells everybody after the game, after we win, he's like, all right, we got a week off. We got round 2, and then there's a week off, and then there's championship. So everybody starts scheduling things, going out of town.
Oh,
guys
no.
Guys setting up for the 28th. So they're going to work, this, that, and the other. We find out on Monday we have the game on the 21st.
No way.
We go to the game with 20 guys.
Yikes.
Your boy had to play left guard.
I can say typically 22 guys at least, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. 20.
specifically picked 22 guys
Yeah.
too.
You could say, oh, you only need 11.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm listening
Listen.
actively because I'm a good listener.
So-
Any women listening?
Before we
Really
keep
good.
going, Nate's first podcast, we were watching football in here, and I'm sitting in this seat.
Yeah.
Nate's sitting here at this point, and something came. We were talking about a football game, like if the running back was going to play or something, and the news came on the TV to say that he wasn't going to play, and instead of Nate using his microphone, he slapped me on the chest and pointed at the TV.
Classic. I don't know why. I don't know. It was new. It was new to
So
me.
feel free to use your
podcast.
microphone. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
So
fine.
If you're playing with 20 guys, you
So
play
yeah,
left
so we
guard.
showed up with like 20 guys. Now you could say the dumb response, oh, you only need 11 on the field. Well, you try to
It's
run
not it.
11 guys on offense, kickoff return, punt return, fucking defense, and then try to play 15-minute quarters for
Not it.
3 hours.
Sounds like you're just complaining. I don't
It's
know what
awful.
the fucking problem is.
Hey man, I'll gladly give you my pads and put you in 90-degree heat.
I'm
and let
about
you figure it out.
40 pounds lighter than you, and I'm scared of people, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
So we go in against the number 1 team in the league with 20 guys. We managed to keep them to only 14 points, and they got those 2 touchdowns on our mistakes: a muff punt return and a bad snap that flew like 30 yards behind the quarterback. Other than that, they couldn't move the ball.
Opening rounds of Denver Broncos with Peyton Manning versus the Seahawks, I think. When the
Yeah.
errant snap and
Yep.
right away.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So we managed to keep them to 14 points going into half. Third quarter comes around. We're still struggling to move the ball because I was doing okay, but we had one of our receiver / tight ends. Now he's like 6'3", 6'4", maybe 200 pounds, playing right tackle. Now that is not ideal because our average offensive lineman is about 6'3" or 6'4", pushing almost 400 pounds.
Oh, so he's just barely under.
Yeah, so he's just barely under. So we're very undersized. So we're doing a lot of quick passes. A lot of we. I don't even think we ran the ball much unless it was like a designed like wildcat play. So it was bad offensively. Defensively, we're doing okay. So halfway through the third quarter.
Oh, gotcha.
Halfway through the third quarter, so it was just such a wild, like, there were so many events happening at once. So we're running offense. Quarterback goes to throw the ball. Our right tackle, the really skinny guy, like provokes the left end to like throw him to the ground. Like he took our teammate's helmet off and threw him to the ground. Ooh. So flag already. Quarterback throws an interception. The running back runs up. He hits him with a nasty, like, he grabbed his jersey by the front of his jersey and put his foot out and like tripped him, and they both went down. As soon as that happened, their sideline rushed the field.
Oh, Jesus.
The perfectly normal response,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Their fans and the players rushed the field. Everybody's throwing hands.
Just to recap, a person on your team threw a person on their team down, or
yes.
vice versa?
Okay. Yeah. My teammate threw one of their guys down.
Got it.
Now, mind you, there was already a flag. That probably would have been a flag. I don't know if it was deemed a unnecessary tackle or whatever. Dude had the ball. Got to take him down however you can. The size difference, our running back was probably 5'6", so he's a little guy. But as soon as that happened, they rushed the field. Fans, players, rushing the field. Now, mind you, again, we only have 20 guys.
Yeah, versus a football
Our
team.
fans were moms, and then our coach. So
were they Karens or moms? Because
no, they're moms.
Karen will help out in that situation.
She's got a cell phone and she's gonna fucking record the whole thing.
Somebody was recording, so everybody's trying to throw hands. So it was like the 300 Spartans versus the Greeks. So that goes on for about 10-ish minutes. Like it was just nonstop. Like nobody calmed down for the longest. Yeah. So the rest leave. So yeah. So according to NFL rules or our league rules is if it's in the third quarter and the game just ends, however, refs leave, lights go out, whatever, it is a forfeit on the home team. Now, if it was on the fourth quarter and the lights go out, refs leave, whatever, score is the score, whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
It was in the third quarter.
You were winning?
We were losing.
Okay.
But according to the bylaws, it was our win.
Because they're the home team.
Because they were the home team. So after the fight happened, refs leave, we all separate. Our coach is like, hey, we got to handle ourselves accordingly. Don't talk to them in the parking lot because we're sharing a parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
So we're sharing a parking lot. If they say anything, just ignore it. Get in your cars. Let's go. So he's like, now mind you, people are trying to flash that they have guns in their vehicles. So they're like, don't undress, get your shit, get to your car. Now, I have a lot of shit. I bring this fucking like 30-pound bag of my weight, my pads and shoes and everything. I got a chair that I bring. I'm like, I can't leave yet. I gotta get undressed a little bit. So then we get to the parking lot. They're still yapping. They're trying to provoke us to fight, whatever. Cops show up. It started out with like 3 or 4 cop cars. And then like 6 more show up.
It must have been a slow night.
Blocked up the parking lot because somebody called the cops saying that somebody was talking about bringing guns out. So we ended up getting out. We go to a different location down the street just to go over the situation because we couldn't right there because all the cops. So our coach breaks it down that like basically however it happened, it was still a forfeit on their behalf. We should win. So everybody's cheering, drinking, having a happy, good time. And I'm like, well, the way the season's been going, they have not been in our favor. We've had our schedule was the most traveling out of everybody. So we have 2 teams that are based out of southern Indiana and like on the border of Kentucky and Indiana.
Holy shit, really?
We've had 2 of those, and we've had multiple Indianapolis trips.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
So we had a lot of traveling to do. And then on top of that, Commissioner accidentally gave us the wrong weekend to have off. So I'm like, I want to be excited, but I have a feeling that the commissioner's doing some fishy shit on the side. But they're like, oh, no, like we have somebody that was recording the fights to show that they had started it, this, that, and the other. So that was Saturday. Sunday comes around. They're sending the commissioner the videos, whatever. And then later on in the day, they're trying to say, oh, well, you can have the rematch on the 28th, but you can only have the guys that showed up to the game. There was supposedly going to be some guys suspended, so they might have been shorthanded too, but we were going to only have to play with the 20 fucking guys that we had. And then it turned to, you can have the game, but the home team has to find a field again, but they lost that field. And I don't think he ever looked again, so he said, oh, no, I'm not going to look for another field. Okay, home team won. And then my coach finds out on like Monday or Tuesday that he could appeal the ruling. So he's like, I found a field in Indianapolis, neutral field, and then I don't know what they were going to do with the refs. Let's have the rematch then, because according to the bylaws, we're supposed to be winning the game anyways. No.
just they won.
Yeah, they won.
Oh, well.
So, and then we had a team meeting on Tuesday. According to my coach is a bully to the other owners. Because he called them out on their broken bylaws last year. So they were trying to kick us out last year.
This train wreck just keeps going.
Yeah, it got worse. And then we're too aggressive as a football team. Because we blindside block at least once or twice a game. We're too aggressive as a football team.
That's football,
as a
baby.
football team.
That's football, baby.
So, yeah. So my season's done on bullshit. Now, if the fight didn't happen, would I have been upset that we lost? I'm more upset that we missed so many people. For whatever reason, everybody couldn't get the day off.
A playoff game. Right?
Yeah, on a special game. Like, if we would have had, like, one or two more good guys, we'd have been okay. Defensively, we're fine. If we could have figured something out on offense, 2 more offensive linemen, we would have been okay. But everybody had to miss for whatever reason. So,
that's terrible.
Yeah. So my season's done.
Horrible.
And, yeah, that's terrible.
So,
Yeah, that's my week.
Bachelor party coming up, though. High spot on the calendar.
Yeah, I forgot on the Facebook event that I had put everything's to be determined still. So when Rachel went to go to her friend's kid's birthday party, the husband is part of it, coming to the bachelor party. He asked what we were doing because he had no idea. And then I guess she went to Margie and Kyle's for Pepper's party. And Kyle was like, what are we doing? I'm like, oh, I forgot I only told Bubba that was like finalized. So I went in there on Facebook and like made everything final. Yeah, it's getting close. I'm getting excited. Yeah.
I know. I'm very hurt. I haven't got my invite. I know I just met you.
Yeah, hey man.
Feelings are
Literally
hurt.
an hour
I just
ago.
want you to know.
Hey, I mean, I got to see how many people are showing up for laser tag. You could definitely. I mean, it don't matter to me.
No, unless they hit me, I don't think it counts. Lasers are just light, and if I don't feel it, then I'm just gonna keep
you want to
going.
be burnt. We got to get those industrial lights.
Exactly.
The phasers.
If, there
Set
needs to
phasers
be
the stun.
a little bit of maiming, a little bit of blinding. If I come with both ears, I better be leaving with one. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Tyler, tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. You're from...
I'm from Crown Point.
Okay.
Oh, Seatown.
Yep. I'm not proud of
Son
it.
of a bitch.
What do
Cat
you
guy?
know? I'm evidently a cat guy. Didn't mean to be. Yeah.
Went golfing for the first time today.
Went golfing for the first time today. Made you look like an idiot.
He did.
Yeah, that was
He did.
fun.
Got you good.
Tyler can golf a little bit.
I
Secret
guess
talent.
it translates
It's a-
from disc golf. You know,
It's a hard thing to be good at, just picking, like, there's a lot of things you can
There's
just pick up and be good
technicalities,
at, right?
yeah.
Like, and then his first couple drives didn't go well, which
I needed a warm up.
I also said there's a lot of ego behind a driver, right? Like,
there's a lot of ego. I'm learning very slowly.
yeah. So then we get down to the fairway. He hits an iron, and
Yep.
the way he was lined up, I was even talking to Julie. I was like, he's gonna shank this way fucking left.
Yeah.
And then he put it like, I don't know, a foot and a half behind the green.
Oh, yeah, that one I overshot because
Yeah, it was a
like,
good iron shot.
Keep in mind that's the first time I used an iron too. I've been to the
Yeah,
driving
he's
range,
only been to the driving range.
Okay.
and I've only used the driver because that's all my buddy has.
Right.
So then we get to hole 2. Putting never goes well for anybody, so let's not even talk about it.
Just know I didn't do well.
We get to hole 2. He tees up, fucking smokes one right down the middle of the fairway. Tink.
The best part is I have to keep asking because I can't follow the ball.
Yeah,
because I don't know where the fucking ball's
going. Where to go?
Like, is it all right?
Right down the fairway, dude. Shut the fuck up. Get in your cart and follow me.
There's a lot of bitterness and a lot of impressibility. I impressed Michael. Fuck.
On hole 1, I saw Kyle Crown's probably the only person I know who this is. I saw JY and Denny from Friday Night Bowling. So we get around, and we just told Nate the story, so he's here the second time. But we get around to hole 8, and
yeah.
So Oak Knoll has $20, $23 or whatever it is for all you can golf.
Yep.
After 2:30. So Denny and JY were out there for a while. They came back around to hole 2, and hole 2 and hole 8 parallel each other. So we're chipping up to the green on hole 8, and they're teeing off on hole 2. And JY pulls me over, and we're behind a five-some all day. And we were never really on their ass because Julie was golfing too, and she wasn't having the greatest day. I definitely wasn't having the greatest day. And it's Tyler's first time golfing.
So I had a great day.
And
I have nothing to compare it to.
Well, we were drinking. That's something. And JY calls me over and goes, "How come you haven't passed that fivesome yet?" And I go, "Well, Julie's not having a great day. It's my guy right here. That's his first time out." And as I say that, he has a fucking beautiful chip from about 20 yards out and drops it like literally a foot from the pin. And JY goes, "That guy?" And I turn my head and I go, "Yeah, that guy. It's pretty fucking frustrating too."
It's going to remain. That story's going to remain in my heart forever. I don't think there's ever going to be somebody I don't tell. And I'm pretty happy. But the problem is now Michael's giving me the fucking bug, and now I'm going to have to go buy clubs and start playing more. I can.
It's not a cheap sport.
No, I
will send you a couple links. I'll send you a couple links. As long as you don't Kyle Crown it and buy the most expensive clubs you can fitted to you, because you're not good enough to fucking hit the ball anyway. Like, not you, but I'm just like, anybody who comes into this room and jumps on this podcast is not fucking good enough at golf to get fitted.
Listen, if ignorance is bliss in my mind. If I get a pair of like shitty clubs, I'm not gonna know.
Tell you, go to Goodwill. I spent $20 on my very first set of clubs.
That's $20.
A bag and everything.
I mean, I don't have to eat lunch for a day. That's fine.
That's it. Nate, how's that beer, man? The bean flicker.
Yeah, that bean flicker was very
confusing. It confused the shit out of me.
Yeah, you said it was going to look like a blonde ale and taste like a stout, and it definitely was that. That was definitely some Willy Wonka type
We also
shit.
didn't believe you. We were both in agreement that you were a liar.
Yeah.
I thought I'd said the same thing at the bar when she poured it. I said, "There's no fucking way this
was
tastes
good.
like coffee."
It was good. That was very refreshing.
It's good, man. So me and Julie just got back from Vegas.
Nice.
Vegas for 5 days, way too long.
Yep.
I saw Jimmy Tucker from the OTM podcast.
Just a little
What's
interjection.
up,
You're not supposed to talk about what happens in Vegas. I'm pretty sure that's like their ad. That's like the first rule.
What happens here? There's a new saying on one of the banners. It said, "What happens here only happens here."
Oh, they're cheating.
Yeah,
they're cheating the system now.
It's not what happens here stays here. What happens here only happens here.
If you get herpes in Vegas, that's going to stay with you.
See, they had that. They were probably getting some lawsuits.
Comes back. So we found a Monopoly slot machine.
Yep.
And I put $20 in. Julie put $20 in. Julie hit about 450.
Naturally.
I lost my $20. So
Julie and the fucking gambling, it doesn't make sense. I've gone to 2 bars with her, and she just wins raffles with like one ticket. It don't make sense.
She didn't want to gamble at first. Like I don't know if she didn't understand it or she just didn't like. Oh, so we went to Circus, and we tried to go up to the Midway to show her like the carnival side of Circus.
Yeah.
And have you ever been?
No.
Never been to Vegas?
Never been to Vegas.
So Circus is a hotel casino there, and they have a circus theme. Like there's a trapeze, and it's called the Midway, and there's like circus games, like the gun balloon, the water balloon thing. So we tried going up there, but we were there 2 minutes early. So we went back downstairs, and they had old school quarter slots. So I dropped the 20 in. We got 20 quarters. So quarter slots actually means silver dollar slots. Wasn't yeah, we didn't get quarters back. So I gave her 10. I gave her 10 silver dollars, and I had my 10, and I dropped mine in. I think I dropped 3 in, and I was pulling trigger, and I wasn't hitting. She fucking hit, and I gave her my other 7, and I was like, "Here, put these in, fucking keep going." I think we walked away up 100 off of that. And she's literally sitting there hitting buttons. She goes, "I don't see how this is fun. I don't like this." I was like, "You're winning." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not having fun." So we cashed the ticket out. We walked around. We found the Monopoly game.
Oh God.
And then she dropped that hundo or that whatever she put in there, and she walked out another $400 up. It was just like, what are we doing?
That
So
makes sense. Yeah.
all weekend, she was just like, well, we can go in here and gamble.
Should have put her on a craps table or
I
something.
wanted to, but I didn't want to like force her into that because that's a weird atmosphere, right? You're playing with strangers. Your luck relies on their luck.
Julie hates people.
Yeah, not a good combo.
It's fair.
Vegas was a good time. We landed at like 11:30. We met up with Tuck. I think we drank until like 3 a.m. We woke up at 6 a.m.
Oh my God.
We went to Topgolf. We were at Topgolf for like 3 hours. SummerSlam was wild. I don't think Allegiant Stadium, home of the Raiders, is ready for people yet. So this was a wild situation. We get to Allegiant Stadium, and Julie has this tiny little clutch. It's like 3 inches by 6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And we get up there, and they go, you got to go check that in. I mean, well, we didn't make it all the way there, but somebody told us we had to check it in. Check-in's all the way across the street on the other side of the fucking...
Oh, of course.
And we get over there, and they're just like roll-away rental lockers.
Huh. Okay.
So, and they ran out. So we just had to give it to somebody on the other side of the table and hope they had it when we came back.
Nothing
So
like
we-
a gamble. It is Vegas.
So we took everything out of it, obviously, and then we left the purse there. Allegiant Stadium. So we had to pull. We're outside in a line. Vegas is all masks, by the way. If you go into a building, mask up.
Okay.
It was tough. But Allegiant Stadium, we walked through the gate. We're still outside in like the walkway. We're not even close to being inside yet. We walked through the gate, and the security guard, we're trying to walk through the metal detector. The security guard goes, pull your mask up. To walk through the, what? He goes, mask up to walk through. We're still like a football field away from the stadium. So we literally had to pull our mask up, walk through the metal detector, get by the security guard, and pull our mask down.
The logic is sound, as far as I understand it. Those metal
Whatever.
detectors are basically you're inside.
So we get in. The fucking credit card reader. It's like a 7-hour show. The credit card reader stopped working in like 2 hours in. No food, no beer. They won't take cash.
Oh, so they just don't want to make money. Got it.
So then all the places shut down early, so they didn't have a cleanup crew come through. So like the velvet rope that herds the sheep up to the register?
Yeah.
They didn't take any of those down. So now 51,000 people are trying to leave the Allegiant Center.
Oh, my God.
And they're trying to walk around the red velvet ropes. It's just like,
Might as well just take a
they're
nap.
not ready for people, man.
That's
They're
ridiculous.
not ready.
Wow.
What else happened? I got a funny railroad story for you. So Kyle Crown, if Kyle Crown's listening, Kyle Crown's people are the worst fucking people in the world to deal with. And
Yeah,
when I say
Kyle.
people, I don't mean Italians. I love Italians. Carbs for days.
Yeah.
Moms make home-cooked meals for small armies. And I love how they just like took over gambling and like rig everything and just make all the money. I love that part of the Italians.
I mean,
Um,
what more could you ask for?
I'm talking about the railroad people. The railroad people are the worst. So I'm trying to do a permit in Hammond right now, and I called the guy at the railroad. And I won't mention what railroad company it was.
I almost said it out loud.
I was going to start guessing and see
It's
if I
not
got
Kyle
it right.
Crown's railroad company. It's
Ah.
another railroad company.
But he works for a railroad company.
he
Therefore
does
his
work for
people.
a railroad company, but it has nothing to do with his railroad company. So I call the guy and I go, I need a permit for this, and he goes, send me $1,000 and put this package together, and I do all that. Don't hear from the guy for 2 months. Email, phone call.
And he
phone
took the
call.
money?
Cashed the check. I finally got a hold of him before I walked through, and he goes, oh, it's not our railroad.
Wow. That is some fucking gangster shit.
He cashed the check
Uh-huh.
and then said it's not
Not our railroad.
bastard. Are we suing?
It's not in my hands. I sent it up the chain.
Oh, okay.
It's not in my hands.
Man, that's some big dick energy. I want to know, how does that dude walk around and fucking teach me his ways?
I had to drive to his office and drop everything off.
Wow.
Well, the railroads are stupid. The railroads are stupid. So I try. They want like 3 copies of every blueprint. They want your paperwork. They want 7 copies of your paperwork. And you have to have like hand signature documents. You can't scan anything in. And it's outrageous. A guy goes around and makes money off of suing railroads for permits like that. So like they want so much, and what they do is they wind up. I'm getting too much into it. The railroad sucks.
Fuck
Railroads.
railroads. Got it.
Railroads.
I mean, they make me stop at places that I don't want to stop. So yeah, I get it.
All right, so here's what we're going to do today. I think we're just going to talk NFL. We're not going to talk too much baseball. If we do it all, it'll just be a quick mention that Chris Sale threw an immaculate inning. Not a big deal or anything. And then we'll get to Fowler's Foley's.
I don't know if you care for it.
Give it a try.
And then we'll do... That's it. NFL?
Do I have I do have a Foley. I was like, do I have a Foley?
I put the 2 in there that I sent you.
That YouTube? Yes.
I put the 2 in there that I sent you last week.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, that's a...
All right, so here's
wouldn't
what
say
we're going to do.
drinkable,
We're
but
going to
smooth,
run through
yeah.
picks 1 through 10, and we're not necessarily going to like obviously pick one McCaffrey, Henry. Who's pick 2? Like
Out of running backs?
yeah, I mean Kamara. We're not going to tell you the obvious, right? But what I did was I kind of went through the draft order and average draft position. So like pick 1. So just for example, right here, pick 1. Obviously, you're going to go with McCaffrey first overall, but now you got to come
question for you on McCaffrey, because I definitely got him first round.
And here's the time to fire off questions or whatever.
The McCaffrey I got first round last season, right? And then he had a slew of injuries. Just didn't. I mean, when he played pretty much spot on like he always did, but he kept getting hurt. What are we looking at for him this season? Injuries?
I think he's still high rated.
He's definitely going to go number 1 no matter what. You can't pass up McCaffrey.
No, I thought I had first round draft or
you
got to
look. You got to look at things like he's going to have a heavy workload.
Oh, he's always going to have.
It's not like McCaffrey is on the Green Bay Packers where Aaron Rodgers can just dump it off every time, right? Like Aaron Rodgers can take care of the backfield.
Right.
Tom Brady can take care of the backfield.
What? Who's Tom Brady?
You can get away with. You can get away with a decent running back in a team like that, knowing they're probably not going to get hurt based on their workload. Thoughts? I mean,
No, that's true.
okay. So yeah, I assume McCaffrey's probably going to get hurt. I assume Kamara might. You don't know what Jameis Winston's going to bring for the Saints. Like,
I mean, even if Kamara still has Latavius Murray, so if he has to take time off, he can. With McCaffrey, I don't know who their backup is, but once running backs start getting into like the 30, 40 attempts, that's when you start getting in trouble. And on top of that, he's also a really good receiver. So if he's getting, double digit receptions and 20, 30 attempts at running the ball, it's going to be like all season. That's going to be really bad for him at the end.
I mean, clearly, if you're just looking at the past.
Yeah, but for sure. Always still pick him up. That's always a tough one.
Yeah.
With somebody who's injury
he's definitely worth picking up. It's just whether is he a first round draft,
Yes, of course. At PPR and in standard, I would still pick him first if you have first round pick. I mean, if he gets injured, that could be anybody.
Yeah, it's literally a coin flip, and he's obviously good.
Because if you have that first or second round pick, and you skip on him, and then he ends up playing really well, that's gonna be your ass.
Money out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Because
because standard he's gonna score both ways, and then PPR obviously he's gonna get a lot of receptions because their receiving core isn't that great. Mike Davis still.
Your RB2 is Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, so I don't know who the fuck that is. So.
And then followed by Rodney Smith.
Still don't know who that is.
Average draft pick for Chuba Hubbard is 202.
Oh, so he's right up there with McCaffrey. I gotcha. With Kamara
right
and
on par.
McCaffrey, yeah.
And then they got Sam Darnold, so there's no telling what Sam Darnold's going to do. I don't know what he really did with the Jets. I don't know if he did a lot of dump-off passes.
Not much, but again...
they're going to have to use him, so...
Yeah, McCaffrey's your weapon there, so he's going to get hurt. It's not if, it's when.
So that would be that's the question.
With the addition of Robbie Anderson, though, he's a speed threat, so we'll see. I mean, DJ Moore was a weapon last year.
You do have DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, but again...
They don't have a lot.
Christian McCaffrey's your guy.
Yeah.
So let's talk Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, Tony Pollard's his backup. You got Dak Prescott. Who knows how he is ready to go for week 1 is the report. But CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, like Zeke's going to be your number 1 weapon over there.
Running the ball. He can catch. But I think he's going to be more so breaking it up and running the ball.
Again, he's going to get hurt, though. It's not,
Yeah.
Again, it's not if, it's when.
Okay.
They lost a lot of their linemen the last, 2 years.
Great. Not great. So let's talk. Alvin Kamara is ranked average draft position number 4.
Yep.
You got Tony Jones Jr. behind. I'm sorry, you got Latavius Murray behind him, then Tony Jones Jr. Latavius Murray average ADP is 196. Jameis Winston, you're gonna dump off to Taysom Hill every now and then in the tight end position.
Yep.
You got Michael Thomas, who is not healthy right now, but will be back.
Well, the question is, because they don't have him as QB3 anymore, are they going to have him as the multi-position weapon like he used to now? Because if he's QB2,
Taysom, yeah,
I don't think that would be a good idea.
it's a good point.
If they still had Drew Brees, then it would make sense if he wasn't going to be QB2 to have him be that multi-position tight end running
That's a
back.
good point. That just basically
Wildcat.
doubled Kamara's load.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, number 3. You got Danny Dimes behind the center. Devontae Booker, ADP 194. Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, Kadarius Toney. I mean, Saquon screwed me last year because he got hurt. And yeah, I feel bad for the guy because he got hurt. Fantasy football doesn't mean anything in the realm of NFL,
Real life.
but it's just, these guys are going to go down for a game or two. It's not just the bye week. It's the bye week and the 2 weeks they're injured, right?
Right.
If it's a nagging injury, not even like a major injury
Yeah,
where they're
he
down
tore
for
his shit, too.
Yeah.
He's a receiving and a running. He could do both. So,
But the worst part, back to Tyler's point, the worst part is you
Don't know.
You got to take them.
yeah.
You cannot have 1, 2,
can't
3,
pass
4
that up.
not go those 4, right? Like,
Yeah, that makes. I
You
mean, it makes
can't-
sense. I was curious if he dropped at all because
Nope.
of his
Nope.
injuries, but no.
nope. I can pull up
I mean, the dude's a tank.
I can pull up the top 300 list if this wants to work. Position top 300. So top 300 has you at.
Yeah, McCaffrey still won.
Oh,
That's got to feel good when you
Scoot
miss
over
more
to
than
the
half
left.
the season
Trying,
and you're still
I'm
number
trying.
one.
Oh, okay.
McCaffrey, Cook, Henry, Barkley, Kamara, Kelsey, your top
You know
6.
what's crazy to me? I mean, McCaffrey being 1, that's fine because he's a receiving and a running back. But the fact that Derrick Henry ain't 2 and he's broken the rushing yards record
That
how
is
many
pretty
times
fucking
now?
Crazy.
And he's still only.
And I don't know
3.
if Dalvin Cook put up numbers last year. Right?
They were
Like,
competing for a minute. They were competing.
So a question for you two: Saquon Barkley got hurt last year, still number 4. I mean, number 4 to number 2. If you want him, go get him. Right? If you're number 2 and you want to
Yeah.
go get him, but should he be number 1, number 2? Ezekiel Elliott, should he be number 1, number 2? Like, if they had a full year last year because they both went down, or probably halfway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
do they account? I mean, obviously they account for that because they're in the top 5. But
Longevity wise, if we're talking standard fantasy, I would put Henry at 3. I'd probably keep Cook at 2, and I would probably scoot Kamara up to 3.
agree.
That's what I would do.
see, I'm shocked that Robbie Gold's not up there because he's usually my first-round draft pick. You know, it's just.
I wonder why you never win fantasy football, man. Somebody did that shit the other day in the OTSN draft.
they
Who
did.
was that?
Wait,
Somebody
Somebody picked up
actually
Robbie
did
Gold.
that?
It was too early.
Oh,
it was too
okay.
early for him to pick a kicker. It was like 6th or 7th round.
Tyler Walk's taking 2 fucking Mikey Kubaki's taking 2 quarterbacks.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody picked a kicker and it was super early, and somebody commented in the little app chat and was like, "What?" And I was like, "Dude."
I was broadcasting live during that with Gags and Kubaki, and the whole time it was just like somebody drafted a fucking defense in like round 6. Outrageous shit, dude. It was
Somebody
That's
don't know how to follow the
fantastic.
rules.
oh my god.
Oh yeah,
We-
they picked
they
up Harrison Bucker. That's what it was. I was like, "Who?" They
Oh,
picked up
man.
somebody good.
all right.
But yeah, that would be. with how the longevity of the season went last year, that would be my picks. Obviously, healthy, would Christian McCaffrey done something really well? Yes. If I have that pick, I'm not going to pick Derrick Henry. If I have number 1 pick, I'm not picking Derrick Henry. I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey for sure.
Yeah, the first 5 or 6 got to go chalk.
With how the season went last year, I would definitely say Henry won.
Now, I would say the first 6 because Travis Kelce is a game changer, especially in a PPR leage. But
For sure.
if you're looking past Travis Kelce, number 7, Damonte Adams, I might go Ezekiel Elliott above Damonte Adams.
Did Chubb do better than him last year? Zeke?
Well, I think Chubb
pretty
played
sure.
pretty much all.
Yeah, Chubb
last year.
had
So
a
that's what
really
I'm
good
saying.
year last year.
That's what I'm saying. They have to appropriate for the rest of the season because Zeke didn't play the whole season. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
Chubb had bad games, but he worked the whole season.
I'll tell you, I'll
I'm a
take Chubb
big-
over Taylor, even though I respect Taylor, but
I'm a big fan
think
of
I'm
Chubb.
big.
They run a three-headed horse over there.
all right. So let's get back to, and again, bring up your questions as we go. So again, what we're talking about is handcuffs, and the way I see a handcuff. Now, your typical handcuff is Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. You want to handcuff your backup, your RB1 or your RB2. I don't like doing that because number one, it's not a waste of a pick, but that's your bench spot, and realistically, just pick better running backs, right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't really need an RB2 to replace an RB1.
No.
You can have an RB1 on your bench to replace an RB1, right?
Yep.
Like, just because he's your RB2 doesn't. I mean, the scheme might stay the same if they're a handoff heavy team.
Yeah.
What I like doing handcuff wise is QB1 WR1. That's my handcuff, and it might be called something else, but I've always called it a handcuff. So in round 1, obviously you're going McCaffrey, but you're not getting another pick until 20 and 21.
Yeah.
So on your way back, in a perfect world, if everything goes by ADP, and the OTSN league proved it's never going to go by ADP, and I was in another league, it's called the Dirty Dozen, they fucking drafted 3 quarterbacks in the first round.
What?
Why?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you were going to ask standard or PPR. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Why?
I was in
Make sense.
I was in Vegas.
You draft those like 5th, 6th round guys.
I was in Vegas. I had Crown draft for me, and he texted me. He goes, "I'm not going to bother you on vacation." But they drafted 3 quarterbacks in the first round.
Listen, I'm not good at any of this shit, but I know that quarterbacks aren't supposed to be
Just-
going in the first round.
So obviously, pick number 1, you're going to take McCaffrey, but you're not picking again until 2021. So what I propose is Calvin Ridley and Matt Ryan as your 1-2. Now, the handcuff doesn't mean so the handcuff to me means 7 points for the 6 or 7 points, however your league works, for the touchdown, plus 4 or 5 points for the throwing touchdown. So you're looking at a 10-point touchdown every time that duo scores a touchdown. Now, you can get a better quarterback than Matt Ryan. You can still pick Calvin Ridley and get a better quarterback than Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
But, again, and granted, like, so if you get Calvin Ridley and Aaron Rodgers, like, who cares, right?
Obviously, yeah.
Because Rodgers is probably going to throw 3 tutties anyway.
Right.
Calvin Ridley might catch 1 or 2, and it'll average out. But I really like if you can get a good pairing. Now, I don't think this is the pairing to get, but at 1, this is probably your best handcuff you're looking at getting. Would you? So if you're looking at Ridley at round 2, pick number 20. You're looking at Matt Ryan, round 15, pick number 141. Pick 15. There's probably 16 rounds, so pick 15 should be your kicker. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to stretch for Ryan at like 12, 13.
Okay.
Is that something you would do, or you're probably already got a quarterback by 13?
I would probably have somebody else. With how Ryan has been playing, with how the Falcons have been playing in general, he would probably be my QB2 if I had to have somebody else, because with how the Falcons play, and when they're up, and then when it gets late in the game, they start losing, and they're going to have to pass the ball a lot. So I would even say he's obviously a higher pick, but I would even say, if not Ridley, where's the tight end at? Because I would think he'd probably throw to him too, quite a bit. Their rookie, I can't think of his name.
See, I found this awesome feature when I'm drafting my my team, and I don't know if you guys know about it. It's not really well known, but auto draft.
Fields.
It's fantastic.
You just
man.
go with the
I
highest
just
pick.
listen. I think 2 years ago the person that won the league was with
Kyle
the auto
Pitts.
draft. So
62. So he's not that far down.
I think you still want Ridley before you want Pitts.
Yeah, I agree.
Now Pitts, I'm not telling you Pitts couldn't be a game changer.
Yeah, without fast.
I'm not telling you Pitts can't be a top tier tight end up there with Kelsey, Waller, and Kittle.
He's fast, man. If he
Now Noah Fant was supposed to be the same thing, but he's got no one to throw to him. He's got no protection in front of him.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Yeah, with Matt Ryan still there. That's what I was saying earlier in the year. Whenever they were going through the picks, I mean, obviously they got a good pick in the tight end, but they should have definitely looked for a backup for Matt Ryan because they don't have a backup for Matt Ryan, and they should have been doing that. He's just falling off. They should have got him somebody to replace him later on and made them whatever.
Wouldn't hurt. So what would you say, before we go on to round 2, what would you say is your favorite spot to draft in 1 through 10 on a 10-man league? Either one of you. I don't.
In a 10-man,
I
somewhere in the middle for sure. Because, I mean, you're obviously going to go the first 10 picks are always going to be those 10 really good guys. It's later in the round.
They don't even have a QB2 on the roster.
For
Atlanta.
Oh, well, that's fucking terrible.
So just to prove your point.
It's going to be Young Ho Koo.
Sit somewhere in the
I
middle.
would say, yeah, it's like middle, late round because that's when you start getting your depth. And in fantasy, obviously your starters are big time, but when those bye weeks hit, you got to be able to find people to fill those spots. So if you got obviously your Christian McCaffrey is going to be, his project is going to be like 20 fucking points or 15, 20 points or whatever. Once his bye week or he gets injured, you need somebody to be able to replace that. So I would say later in the rounds. Because for most people, especially myself, I only know the big names. So once it gets later in the rounds and I fucking see Tony Pollard, I don't know who the fuck that is. So I got to go and look and see what his projections are, what he did the year before.
Ty Johnson, Salvin Ahmed,
Yeah, so you got to, I would say later in the rounds would be the most important for anybody. And I think anybody that's been doing fantasy would agree that later in the rounds, finding your depth. Because getting those big names is always going to be easy. It's finding the backups that are going to be hard.
So your initial answer was somewhere in the middle. So you think like 5, 6?
Yeah.
So break it down into 1 to 3, 4 to 7, and 8 to 10. So in the middle would be
5 to
4
6.
to okay, 5, 6. How about you, Tyler?
I only know the big names.
I'm talking. What position would you like? What's your favorite position? To
Oh
draft
yeah,
in
no,
for
I only know
fantasy?
the big names. So just give me one.
Number one.
Just give me number one.
So
That's fair.
So you would have to know so you're getting pick 1, 20, 21, 40, and 41.
Yeah, no, I just need to know.
Yeah.
I just need to know the first one, and then let the auto draft take the rest of it. It's a lot easier.
All right. So okay.
Oh no, it's one of those things where, like you were saying, I definitely don't know even like people that normal people would know that have been drafting and doing fantasy for a while. So the higher up I can get a player that I know can do well is definitely going to be beneficial for
they
for
can
me.
carry your team.
And then now I've got, especially if I get one, I get one, and then I'm going to 20. So I have
auto draft could take it from there.
It's yeah, absolutely. Or I could, or if I'm feeling froggy, I can actually sit down for 20 rounds and actually look and research and like you
picks,
said, going through. All right, who did well last season? Are these people worth picking up? And hopefully, I'm not looking at like quarterbacks in the 3rd and 4th round.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so pick number 2, your handcuff. I almost don't even want to talk about pick number 2. I think I want to move to pick number 3 because your handcuff at number 2, as far as I can tell with ADP, and again, it's never going to work out like that, but you can sit down with a game plan saying, my draft position number 2, I want these 4 or 5 guys, and I'll stretch to get them if the draft is going that way. But you're going to look at, so draft number 2, you're looking at pick 2, pick 19, and pick 22. Quick math. You're looking at Jefferson from the Minnesota.
You're right,
Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
That's probably your best wide receiver you're gonna get
At 18.
22.
at 18 or 22. You might. So his ADP is 18,
Oh yeah. I was looking at.
but So you're picking 18 and 22. I think his ADP. Let's find out. Let's look. Let's make sure. Justin Jefferson ADP 21.
Okay.
So you either got to stretch for him at 18, or you can hope he falls to 22. But as far as wide receivers go, I mean, you're not getting Diggs, you're not getting Metcalf. You might get Hopkins, but on the way back, I'm assuming someone's going to stretch for Hopkins.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way
I don't
late
think
round.
Hopkins, you're not getting a one or two pick getting Caffrey or Barkley and getting Hopkins. I don't see
Arguably one
that
of the
happen.
best receivers in the
Yeah.
league right now is not going to be available that quick. I would say he would be a second round first pick.
Yeah, so I think there you're looking at Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
So obviously your handcuff there is Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Is anybody stretching to get Kirk Cousins? He's not even, his ADP isn't even on a standard 16-round draft pick.
Oh God.
What did they used to call him? Not playoff Kirk.
Primetime Kirk?
Primetime Kirk. Yeah.
Primetime Kirk?
And he fucking fell off. You like that?
You like that?
I don't.
You like that?
I certainly don't.
Yeah, I'm just going to, I put Kirk Cousins late because his ADP, like I said, not even
Didn't
on
say.
a standard draft board. Nobody's dying for that pair. So this is probably my favorite spot to be is number 3. You get probably Derrick Henry at 3 on the way out.
Yep.
I'd go Henry or Kamara at 3
It's fair.
on the way out. On the way back, you're looking at 18 and 23. At 18, again, ADP you're probably not getting D-Hop, but the ADP shows you're getting D-Hop.
Yeah,
Someone's probably stretching for him.
for sure.
But if he does fall in your lap, Murray is an easy pickup late.
Yep.
Now you have Derrick Henry, D-Hop, and Kyler Murray.
Dual threat.
mean,
That's dangerous.
Yep.
I mean, you're giving me ideas.
Yeah.
that's an
that's
easy
gnarly.
at least 60 points total.
Yeah. I mean, this is my spot. So we're throwing darts tomorrow, and he's drafting with me, and probably 5 of the guys in the draft are going to listen to this before we draft. But this is my spot, right? Like I'm throwing as high as I can for darts, and I'm shooting for the number 3 spot.
All right.
And I want Derrick Henry, and I just pray that D-Hop falls to me, and I can do it in the 4 spot too.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say even if you don't get
'Cause you're
D-Hop,
getting Henry or Kamara.
yeah,
And
I
on
was
the
gonna
way
say,
back, you're one pick closer to D-Hop.
yeah, you get Henry alone, and if you can get Murray, that's already enough. Having somebody who can throw really well like Kyler Murray and to be able to run the ball, he's gonna score 2 different ways for you.
That's my combo right there. That's my triple threat.
That's sneaky. I like that.
At number 4, you're looking at DK Metcalf at 17, and again you're getting Henry or Kamara, and then Russell Wilson at ADP at 84. That's round 9. Kyler Murray would be round 7 with an ADP of 63.
I don't like that.
I don't love Russell Wilson, right? Like if you're number 4, I don't hate the D-Hop Murray thing.
Yeah.
Because you're getting Kamara or Henry.
It's just rough. Like I love the way that Wilson throws the ball. His moon ball is fucking beautiful. The way he could just throw it up 900 feet out of the stadium and it drops right into somebody's hands. When it comes close to playoff time, he just falls to pieces.
Now here's the thing: is it gonna be D-Hop though? You know, like every time, D-Hop's gonna be his number 1.
Arizona.
I'm sorry, not D-Hop. DK.
Oh,
Metcalf?
no.
Is it always going to be DK Metcalf for that
Is
moon balls?
or AFC North or NFC or NFC West.
You got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Like
Yeah, Lockett's a
he might
sneaky.
fall in love with Lockett.
Lockett is the speed guy. I mean, DK still has some speed. The way that he caught up
he's never
to
going to throw it to DK.
Yeah.
No.
DK's definitely came in clutch a few times last year. I remember when he caught that in traffic on like 2 guys, just fucking put his
You
meat
can throw it
hooks
up.
together.
I'm just saying, Lockett's
Yeah.
probably your. Again, you fall into a WR1, WR2 where your best wide receivers out there, but guess what? Your best corners out there too.
Yeah.
Right. Your best safety's hugging that side. Right. Like Nate knows that all too well.
Yeah.
You're not going to leave DK even. So I think Belichick runs his defense no matter what. This is our defense, and this is how we run it.
Yeah.
I don't care if DK's on the left. I don't care if DK's on the right. Right?
Yep.
Like, I think Bill Belichick. But 90% of NFL says you are my best corner.
If you're Jalen Ramsey, you're taking number 1.
This guy doesn't beat us.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in baseball. You don't let the 3-4 hitters beat you. You don't let the hot hitter beat you. You throw out of the zone, and you hope he swings at it. And if not, oh, yeah, I
He's
walked
on base. Yeah.
I walked him. Oh, fucking well. He's not going to beat me at first. He might be the winning run still, but he ain't going to beat me at first.
Okay.
I got to see what list you got up there because I see a handcuff that I think I would be willing to put my money on.
Which list you want? This one or the other?
The list we're looking at, but I just want to see if you have it up there.
Okay.
No, you don't. I would say Matty Stafford and Roy Woods.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Ooh,
Okay,
I
so
like
let's
that.
That's a good handcuff.
We're talking. I got to pull that back up.
Because Matty Stafford's got an arm, Roy Woods is fast, and he's been a pretty consistent receiver in fantasy.
All right, wide receiver Woods looks like he would be 34 ADP, which puts you at round 20, 30. That's your 3 or 4 spot coming back from low to high at round 3. Around 4, pick number 3 or 4. So that's your 3 or 4 spot. So you might theoretically wind up with Henry, D-Hop, Murray, and Woods.
That would be nasty. And then Stafford is 12 on the left.
You see it already?
Yeah,
Your screen's
115.
bigger. Oh, no, it's not. Actually. So, yeah, you'd have to stretch to get Stafford, but...
I mean,
Are people
he's-
reaching for Stafford still?
I
if
still
you
would.
have that handcuff...
Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about, I'm just thinking about like individual players.
I wouldn't necessarily like when I think Matthew Stafford, I'm not thinking like the shitty years as a Detroit Lion player.
Okay.
Like he's still really good. He's got a cannon. It's just they didn't help build around him after Calvin Johnson left.
I mean, the Bears, like they're the quarterback eaters because they get these good quarterbacks
Yeah.
and then they chew them up and spit them out.
Jay Cutler.
So I mean,
i.e.
I'm
Money
worried
Mitch.
about Joe Burrow on
Oh yeah,
on
he's
Cincinnati
gonna
because he's a phenomenal quarterback, but his front line doesn't feel
he's
like
gonna have a
protecting
very
him.
short career if they don't get him an offensive line.
Yeah, that's what I'm. So that's why I was asking because Matt Stafford, there's nothing wrong with his quarterbacking abilities, but is he not on the Lions anymore? I haven't been.
No, they traded. He's on the Rams.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I can see
They
that
did a
working
QB
lot
swap
better.
there.
Oh, I didn't realize. Oh,
And
so
a couple first-round picks.
who was
Yeah.
Rams? Why am I blanking on?
No,
LA.
I'm blanking.
Who's Rams quarterback?
LA.
Yeah, Goff.
Goff. So
Oh,
Goff
I'm
went to.
sorry.
Goff. Yeah,
So
Goff and
went to
Stafford
Detroit?
switched.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's interesting.
And
I think
a lot of picks, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Nah, but I feel like Stafford will thrive on the Rams.
Yeah,
though.
I wish Stafford would have honestly left earlier. He's a really good quarterback.
Yeah,
He's
no.
very,
okay.
like,
So that
gritty.
changes what you tell what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So Stafford with.
Well, that's why he's throwing Robert Woods.
Yeah, yeah,
Shut up, Mike. No one asked for your opinion.
yeah. Yeah, he's on the Rams now. So, I mean, he's got a very stout defense now, and he's just on an overall better team. Like, the Lions haven't been good since he couldn't throw fucking 60-yard bombs to an 0-16 Calvin Johnson Lions team. So, yeah. So I'm hoping that Matt Stafford does really well this year. He's definitely, I would think most people are probably having him as an underdog.
That would be a solid like.
But
a
that would be
gamble.
my handcuff at what would you say 3 or 4?
Yeah, that would wind up. Yeah, that you'd have to be at the 3 or 4 position to wind up with that.
So I mean, would I trade D-Hop and Murray for that? If according to ADP, I don't know.
And again,
But if I didn't get those two,
that's a good backup plan, right?
Yeah. that would be my
solid.
choices.
That's a good backup plan.
I'm a fan of that.
Moving on to 5. So 5 might be a stretch here. And I didn't put this in for Nate Fowler's fandom either because I wanted this because I was the 5 pick in OTSN.
Yeah.
I went for it and somebody beat me to Fields.
Okay.
And as I say somebody beat me to Fields, I know 6 people just jumped ahead and said Allen Robinson and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So obviously he's going to have to be your quarterback too. You might draft Justin Fields first and then your quarterback 1 second in this particular
Yeah, if you really want Fields.
because it's a weird spot to be in because you're drafting your theoretical QB1 for weeks, I don't know, what, 5 to 18? Your QB1's not even going to start for the first 4 or 5 weeks,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's a weird spot to be in. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but I really like Robinson at round 2, pick 16, and Justin Fields, round 13, pick 125, but I don't think you're going to get him at 13. I think he's going to go.
If people are smart, they're going to get him late.
So I waited for him late. I didn't think anybody was going to touch him in our OTSN league.
Yeah.
And it was trending that way because everybody had a quarterback. And I was like, all right, I'm jumping on him now, whatever round it was. And the guy right before me took him. And I was just like heartbroken.
Yeah. See, if I had the choice, I mean, I want Fields to start? Obviously, I got to wait and see as a Bears fan. I don't want to be that, what have you done for me lately? Dalton didn't play bad from what I saw on the stat sheet. Money Mitch fucking went nuts. So I just want to preach that for a second. Now, mind you, it was preseason, yes, but he played a lot better than both quarterbacks on the Bears. But ideally, I would probably get him third, like have a third quarterback maybe, and just see what happens. But that's only if people have the same mindset because there's no telling when Fields is going to start.
Yeah,
you wasted a pick on a guy who might not play till later in the season.
You might not play until you're done, right? Like you might be out of the playoff picture.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, here's your QB1 starting.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it, but you also have to hope that you get Fields early. Then you get your QB1, and then you got to hope that there's a QB2 that you can get until Fields starts and then Fields actually produces good numbers.
And that might be a guy like Stafford.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone's dying to have Stafford on their team.
Which is crazy.
Especially in a 10-man league. You got the 10 best quarterbacks, right? Like, he might be a QB2 on somebody's team, but I don't think anyone's dying to have Matt Stafford as their number 1.
No, probably not.
You might be able to get away with a Stafford Fields 1-2.
You got to look at the NFC West, though. They're always battling for playoff spots.
Then we move on to
6.
Spot number 6, which is another kind of one of my favorites. You got Mike Evans, average draft position number 26, which puts you in round 3. Then you got Tom Brady, average draft position 106, that puts you in round 11. I don't think you'll have to stretch for Brady because I think Brady's kind of underrated when it comes to fantasy.
So, but I mean, he's also coming off a Super Bowl.
He doesn't put up those flashy big numbers, though.
Did he throw 5,000 yards last year?
He might not have, right?
I don't remember.
With this hype of the Super Bowl, and then you've also got, like you said, he doesn't put up those big numbers, but they're consistent. I mean,
they're
relatively
consistent numbers, but it's not like he's not putting Patrick Mahomes 50 points up, right?
No,
right.
No. But
he might get 300 passing yards, but only 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
He'll get you to the Super Bowl, but you don't get points past playoffs for most fantasy teams. So I mean, he would be a good 2, I would think.
And here's another handcuff to 6, Mike Evans.
He doesn't score a lot.
I was gonna say
Travis Kelce for some reason. Does Gronkowski ring any bells for you guys? Like,
I don't think he really scored till later in the season.
Didn't. But does he put up yardage?
I thought he retired. Is Gronkowski playing?
Dude, you're way behind. Welcome to 2021.
Come to your cats.
Yeah, did you guys hear that might be going into lockdown too?
Shut up. So instead of talking Evans and Brady, because I think that's a pretty easy handcuff, this is one of my most underrated handcuffs.
Oh, yeah.
A.J. Brown at round 2, pick number 20. So that's his ADP. But round 2 for number 7 would be 10, 11, 12. It'd be like pick 13 or 14. So because you're coming back, so you might have to stretch for A.J. Brown, which I don't really think is a stretch if you like this combo. And then you can just sit and wait because Tannehill's another guy that's going to put up decent numbers.
I thought Tannehill was like a hot and cold kind of guy. Like he's either doing really well or
he's not going to be consistent.
Okay.
But he's not a guy people are dying for to have a QB1.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't put up those flashy numbers. But if you can get this handcuff, I don't know why you don't jump on it.
I think I had Tannehill for a while as like my QB2.
I think Tannehill's my QB1 in the OTSN league.
Okay.
He does really good at handing it to Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? Like, so you can't have Tannehill and Henry.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could. I don't like handcuffing my quarterback and my WR or my RBs though.
Yeah, that's because your
'Cause you
quarterback's not
don't-
really getting anything off that, right?
Yeah, you don't get the points for a handoff.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
why I like handcuffing the wide
Could you
receiver.
imagine 1 point per handoff?
Good God.
Not bad.
Somebody gets
at least you see
20
high
attempts.
numbers.
Not bad.
As long as it's positive yards or whatever, like how they do like one catch for 10 yards is a point.
There you go. One
One handoff for 10 yards is a.
That'd be interesting. I've always wanted to do like a kicker heavy league where you get 1 point for every yard a field goal is scored.
Oh, I'm sorry. My Robbie Gold going first round doesn't sound so
Yeah.
stupid, does it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you'd want McManus.
Wouldn't that turn the tables on everything?
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody just shits on kickers,
You're
and I don't
talking about-
appreciate that.
You're talking about like a 35-yard field goal. It's 35 points, cuz.
Yeah. Imagine when do this like 5-6 years ago when Jankowski was kicking 60-yarders for fucking shits and
That's
gigs.
60 points, right? Like
That
I've
would
always
change.
wanted to do.
That'd
a
be
league like
crazy.
That would
How
change
about-
some fucking games. for
Do
sure.
we got to find a fourth? And Tyler, if you want to do it, that's fine. I mean, we don't have to put any money on it. Let's do the four of us. So I've always wanted to do like a super league.
Okay.
So the four of us, we figure out how to adjust the rules for the kicker. We do the kicker.
Yeah.
2 quarterback league, just the 4 of us.
Okay. I've done that. What was it? It was my
Be a
second.
super team, especially with this dumbass playing.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I don't
even
know what I'm doing.
He doesn't even know stats.
He's going to be kicker heavy. He's going to have all kickers.
My team is going to be straight kicking.
Go.
There was my second year playing fantasy football. We did something like that where the quarterback, it was quarterback stat heavy. And this was when Peyton Manning was on Denver and Kaepernick was on his way to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Somebody had both of those guys.
Oh, yikes.
60 points, 80 points apiece each game. And you got to play both of them. So there was like 200-300 points a game.
That'd be wild. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
It was wild.
I'll look at setting that up at some time.
I'm in.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
drop the knowledge on me. I'll probably do great.
You might.
I won't
Have,
even
like,
know what I'm
7
doing.
kickers.
That would be crazy. All right, moving on. Now you're getting back into the good
Obvious.
stuff. So at number 8, you got Tyreek Hill, which is ADP 13, which would be second round coming back.
I love me some Tyreek Hill, by the way.
Tyreek Hill. Now, here's what I've been
man.
seeing in the drafts that I've been part of. Mahomes is going first or second round. His ADP is
Let's go.
48. He's been going in the first 20 picks,
Mahomes
and his ADP is 48. So you might, if you want this combo, which is tough to do because you have so many other good picks, but if you want this combo, you got to go Mahomes at 8th overall pick and Hill at 13th overall pick. And now you don't get a running back until 7?
Yeah, and that's just
what
wild.
Were we,
28?
what were we looking at for running backs right around there?
At pick 27
Yeah.
or 28, you're sitting at, let's see, RBs. You're looking at Miles Sanders at 23, Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 30, and David Montgomery at 31. Now, David Montgomery in a PPR, not bad.
Yeah. Hey, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you might as well just do the Triple Crown of Kansas City team.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
just
like
build
that,
that-
though.
build
It's too much.
But you're
yeah.
building a
KC.
playoff team.
And then you got to find 3 guys to make up on the bye week.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't even think about
You're
the
losing
bye
that
weeks.
week. If you go Clyde Edwards, you're losing that week.
Yeah.
Now, in the OTSN league, didn't a guy do that? He went Mahomes, Kelsey, and Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, I don't know.
He did.
Well, good luck
Okay.
to him.
He
I mean,
did.
he's gonna go crazy if they have good games. Then that's great. That's high point games.
Yeah, you're
But-
looking.
You're definitely eating a guaranteed
But that
loss.
bye week's gonna fuck him.
I'd say you're looking at David Montgomery if you do that. Which, if it's PPR, you're not bad. But
I mean,
if it's
Even Josh Jacobs did really well
not
last
bad,
year.
Josh Jacobs.
I don't know much about James Robinson.
I don't. Chris
Yeah.
Carson, J.K. Nah.
No.
Chris Carson.
I would even say maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chase Edmonds.
Dobbins has
see,
a
that
good
would be
game.
tough.
That's
I'm
about
trying to
it.
look at like RB1s, and I saw Kareem Hunt because they share a lot of
share
running,
Chubb,
but
yeah.
it's not as much as
Just
Chubb.
three-headed monster
No.
we're talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunt's good, but yeah, like you said, Chubb just eats
I would
away.
if it was up to me. I don't know much about. I mean, obviously David Montgomery would be good. But if Montgomery ain't there, I would probably pick Josh Jacobs just because I don't know much about Robinson, and I wouldn't want 3 Kansas City players.
No.
I did that. I did Brady and Fournette.
I would do 3 Kansas City players if one of them was a kicker or defense.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
But I'm not doing wide receiver, running back, and quarterback.
The
Get
first
outta
3.
here.
Yeah.
See, I thought you got bonus points for, like when you match all your team together. So
Yeah,
I'm
a
learning all
+3
kinds of
bonus.
shit. Yeah.
Now here is what I think is probably going to be the best duo at number 9. And if I can't have pick number 3 or 4, where I want to be with D-Hop, Murray, and Henry, or Kamara, I'd rather be here at Damonte Adams' 9th overall pick and Aaron Rodgers' 88th ADP, which would be round 8.
Okay.
I think that's the best duo.
It would be.
Now, you have to go Adams in the first round.
Yep.
And then hope 10, so 10, 11, so you're looking at 12, which would be your 12th overall pick is Antonio Gibson from Washington.
Yeah.
Or you can stretch for Najee Harris.
Yeah.
If Nick Chubb's still there, maybe.
That'll be. I mean, I feel like Chubb's gonna get snatched up.
I'll tell you, don't go Aaron Jones, because we run into the same problem we just
Yeah.
talked about. I think that's probably the best duo on the board.
I would
Adams,
even go
Rodgers.
Eckler if I had to. Yeah.
Eckler's not bad either if you can get Eckler at 13.
Yeah.
And then another one I really like is Diggs at 11, so you can still pick whoever you want at 10, and then you get the back-to-back pick at 11. You could pick up Stephon Diggs. And then ADP for Allen is 50, which is round 5, and that's back-to-back too, so you can even stretch that to round 6. Well, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can even stretch that to 6 if you wanted to pick somebody else up at 5 and do in round 5 and do Josh Allen around 6. Those are probably my 2 favorite and most doable. Because if you stretch for Rodgers, no one's going to say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Especially if you have Devontae. But if you have Diggs and you stretch for Allen, like, Allen's probably going to be the MVP this year, so I don't think anybody will say anything. But, like, quarterbacks you can't stretch for. You can't stretch for Wilson. You can't stretch for Brady. You're definitely not stretching for Tannehill. Like,
Yeah.
I like 9 and 10.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Handcuff wise.
I've never really
Allen was sneaky
like
last year.
thought of this when I do fantasy.
Yeah.
I kind of just go however, and then once I start seeing people pick quarterbacks, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start
My
looking.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
good. We're on
is-
the same page.
Because I don't want to be that asshole. Because I don't pay attention too much to fantasy, like the deep dives. So I'll
don't do any of the,
do
mock
my
drafts?
picks, and then once I get like my first couple starters, and I get a couple like bench players, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for my defense, but nobody's picking defense. Because I've done that once. And like, you're picking defense already? Like, I don't know. I guess
I do like going defensive kickers like 1 or 2 rounds earlier than everybody else.
Yeah.
So I get 1 or 2. Because
Yeah.
usually someone jumps like crazy.
So the problem when someone says something about defense, and they're like, "Oh, you're picking defense early," then you get the Patriots defense from what was it last season when they're putting up 25, 30 points.
Oh
a game.
yeah, that was me. That was me.
I'm like, I'm sorry. You want to fucking say that again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got reamed for taking Patrick Mahomes in the second round last year. Like, now he's going in the first and second round in every draft.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been in.
adorable. Thanks for that.
And I didn't start that trend at all. But like, I was like, I want a fucking quarterback here.
No, you don't have to be humble. We all know.
I'm
it was
taking
you.
fucking Patrick Mahomes in the second round because
Yeah,
I
that's
want
fair.
a fucking quarterback. I don't care what you guys think.
I always laugh too because I'm always the guy that never trades.
Oh,
I'm
me
too
too.
proud of my picks. It's so hard because there was one year. There's a league that I play in, and it was when Greg Olson was in Carolina, and I think Cam was still there, and Greg Olson was the number 1 receiver next to he plays tight end for the Buffalo Bills now, fat boy, big guy with dreads.
I thought you were talking about Cole Beasley.
No.
Let's see. But no, I'm the same way as you. I refuse to trade with people.
Yeah, I just don't know enough, and I'm afraid that if I give it up,
Oh yeah,
he's going to play really well.
he's
going
gonna
to
pop off the second you give him away.
but he was trying to trade me Greg Olson for that receiver. I can't think of his name.
We're definitely looking it up right now.
East? Yeah. Where the hell is he? No, it's not Dawson Knox. He tried out. I can't think of his name right now. But he was their number one receiver. He's a real big red zone threat. But he was trying to trade me for him, and I'm like, why am I going to give up the number one receiver?
Is it Robbie Anderson and he didn't play there?
No.
That's who I think of when you say Dreads.
No.
Metcalf?
No. I can't think of his name.
Julio Jones.
I'll have to look it up afterwards. Yeah. But he was trying to trade me him and like another player. I'm like, why am I going to give up the number one receiver for the number two receiver? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So now I'm deemed the guy that never trades. So every time we do the draft, it's like, oh, don't ask Nate for a trade. And last year, I made it all the way to the playoffs. I lost in the semifinals, and I had to play for third. And that was the week that Alvin Kamara scored 6 touchdowns.
Yep.
I smoked everybody for third. I was so pissed.
what a
I'm like,
bitter
dude, if I
victory.
could have just scored a couple, like I didn't even lose by a lot either. I was like, if I could have just won a couple more points. Kelvin Benjamin, that's the receiver. I knew it was a K. Yeah, so he was trying to trade me Kelvin Benjamin for Greg Olson.
Doesn't Calvin start with a C?
No, Kelvin
Oh, Kelvin.
with a K. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, fantasy's rough.
So this is how I go into every fantasy draft.
Okay.
But it's tough, so I have to do all 10 because I don't know where I'm drafting tomorrow.
That's
because
fair.
we don't establish that until right before the draft.
With your darts.
Yeah, with our so we're throwing darts at a dartboard, 3 darts, highest score gets to. And John likes doing, so when I do it, I won twice, the winner gets to determine what we do to determine draft order.
Yeah.
So we went bowling one year. Highest score got to pick where they wanted to draft. Because when I do it, whoever, like, so I had the highest bowling score.
Right.
I don't think I did, but just say I did. I had the highest bowling score. I get to pick where I want to draft. I might not want to draft 1 because you go 1, 20, 21.
Right.
You sit around for 19 picks. I don't like the handcuffs at 1. And as good as Christian McCaffrey is, I don't think he's a big enough game changer to pick over Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
Right.
Right? Like that top 4 or 5 running backs, I think that's tier 1.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you're at. So instead of picking 1 and going Alvin Kamara, everyone going, "What are you doing?" Just pick the 4 spot or the 3 spot. Pick Alvin Kamara, and then go buy your handcuffs that you've determined yourself.
Right.
And now you're gonna have to read the room and start stretching at some point. But
Okay.
that's how I go into every draft. It never works, by the way. It's worked maybe 1 or 2 times, and I do probably 4 drafts a year.
Yeah. I mean, has a game plan ever gone correctly for anybody?
Never. But again, you can read the room. You can have a backup plan like Nate was talking about with Stafford if you want to go D-Hop, Murray,
Yes.
Woods, Stafford. That's
Yeah.
what we talked about. So
Which is
I mean,
awesome.
that's a pretty solid.
Murray runs off the board. Just all right, let's fucking pick up Stafford because I got Woods here.
Yeah.
Right. No, I got
Now you might beat yourself in the dick because you went Woods when you should have went Murray,
Yeah.
right? Like so, Woods and Murray are like say Woods and Murray are 36 and 48 coming back, and you flipped them and you took Woods and Murray went right before you, and you're like, I could have done without Woods because I really fucking need Murray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you.
All right, I'm shooting myself in the dick for that.
See, there's
Yeah.
then there's the people like me where I pay attention to what I see going on.
Are you drafting for Marco tomorrow? Sorry,
He said he's
No,
doing
no,
it
you're good.
online.
No, see, like people will name their teams, right? And they'll
Yeah.
name them after players, and I know they want those players,
there you go.
and I'm a dick. So
Spiteful.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? I'm definitely picking up someone that I should have taken in the 7th and the 3rd round because I think it's fucking funny. And then they try to trade for me, and then I'm like, nah.
It's not gonna happen, but
Well, you're
No.
going to be real confused at mine because my fantasy name in the OTSN thing is Cox and Dix. So good luck trying to find
I'll
those
look
guys.
for someone named Cox and someone named Dix. I probably
They're
won't
both
find-
defensive players.
I mean,
I'll
they're
look for it.
they're actually not active anymore, but I found them. See, I'm sneaky with my team names because I'm very uncreative. So whatever your team name is, I will do a parody off of it. So
Ah.
if you're Cox and Dix, I'm balls and sack.
There you go. I like it.
Somebody told me they changed their team name to whoever they play every week. Was that
Yeah,
you?
that was me.
it was you.
Yeah, every single team that I play, I change it.
He
So,
changes his name every
That's funny.
Yeah,
Mind games.
oh yeah, so my buddy, he's a Golden State fan, so he's a Golden Tate Warriors. So I was Platinum Taint Gladiators.
Platinum Tangle.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we do rivalry week on week 2, and you always play the same person.
Okay.
And, you get to, if you win, we used to have team flags. So like I was hanging up, it must have fell. My fantasy flag. So if you beat your rival, you get to change their name, their team name for 2 weeks.
Oh,
and
I'm a
you
big
get to
fan.
like degrade their flag.
All right.
So the flags kind of fell by the wayside, but the name changing, and you're supposed to put a gentleman's bet on it because we always play for money, so we do a lot of side bets. So I played Marco, and my team name is Skywalker Trash Talker.
Fucking lame. Nerd.
And I changed his name to Not My Father. And then, like, side bets we do are, like, you can only text in emojis all day. What was another one we did? We weird
Just
bets that would make your life a living hell to the least amount. Like, first world problems,
Yeah,
right?
no
Like,
monetary bets. No.
I can't text today. Like, for 24
You have to
hours, like,
call everybody that texts
Yeah.
you.
Oh my god.
that shit's
To
funny.
reply.
Yes, you
I-
can't reply.
Hello.
I-
Yes.
I forget what me and my brother have one that we do every time me and my brother play each
Oh,
other.
man.
And it's just dumb shit like that. It's like, no, god damn it. So like as soon as I lose, 'cause you lose on like a Monday night, right? So it starts Tuesday.
Right.
It's like Monday night at midnight. So you're up watching Monday night. I'm texting Julie like, "Hey babe, just to let you know, I can only text on emojis tomorrow. Doesn't look great over here."
Just mass
Just a heads
texting
up,
everybody that might possibly be in contact with you. Because I'd be fucking confused if I text you on a Tuesday and I'm getting smiley faces.
It's brutal, dude.
Oh, that's.
I've lost before. It's fucking brutal.
Oh man, my boss would be confused. That's for sure. Because there's no way in shit I'm not sending my boss random ass emojis. Because I'm sitting on that bet.
All right, let's move on to Fowler's Follies, unless you guys have any more fantasy football talk.
I would say I was just looking at that list again. I'm not a huge Baker fan for that list, but Baker Mayfield and OBJ.
Not bad.
Decent.
You want to see where they're at?
I always love Baker Mayfield because he tries so hard.
He tries.
He tries so hard.
I don't know what the. I don't think OBJ was getting a lot of touches last. He got injured.
Yeah, no, that's right. He did get injured.
But I mean,
Receiver.
He still
they
can put
they
up the
got a
numbers.
3-headed running game, but I mean they got Jarvis Landry and OBJ and do they still got Njoku?
OBJ's at 55, so you're looking at round
5.
6, because you got 0, right?
Right,
so
right.
Round 6 pick. So you have to be somewhere. You have to be somewhere in the middle. 80. Again, we're going
ADP.
ADP.
Right.
So you'd have to be somewhere in the middle at round 6, and then so that's your wide receiver 2 or 3 at that point. That might be your flex. And then you're looking at
Baker Mayfield 16.
You see it?
Yep, 16.
So ADP 146, so round 15, so not even on the board because 15, 16 are kicker defense. So you got to stretch for Mayfield,
Okay.
which will be your probably QB2.
So yeah, so if you're mid round, like I said, I like my mid round picks.
You got a shot at OBJ.
OBJ
And then
and Baker
Baker
at
can be your
at
backup.
2. Yeah.
So what'd we say at 5? Let's see. 5 looked like Robinson and Fields, so that might even
That
be
actually,
a better.
yeah, that wouldn't be bad because you got Fields as a question mark, and then
Yep.
you got
There you go,
Baker as your
Nate.
There's your
QB2.
replacement.
There you
Amen.
go. That's good.
Big football guy.
Big football guy.
That's all I know.
And we kind of shit on the number 5 position.
We
A little
did.
bit.
I
We
did
weren't,
anyway,
I mean,
for
we
sure.
weren't huge fans of Fields because
There
that's like a third spot. So
There you go.
You know what?
If- I
You
mean,
filled in
yeah.
that gap. I'm a big fan.
He doesn't put in a big. There's a question mark next to his potential right now.
Well,
So if you are unsure about how Fields is, if you're a big knucklehead Bears fan, obviously go with that pick. But I'm a realist, and I haven't seen Fields do anything yet. So if I'm in the 5 spot, I would probably say go for
so
OBJ and stretch for
at
Baker
5,
at 2.
you're looking at Saquon Barkley, Allen Robinson, pick, OBJ,
Okay.
Justin Fields, Mayfield.
I would have to find another quarterback.
You
For
don't
sure.
You don't like Mayfield.
I don't like having Fields as a 2.
You don't like Baker Mayfield as a 1, or you don't like Fields as a 2. You don't want a third quarterback. So I would live and die with Mayfield as my 1 and Fields as my 2, as long as the bye week didn't bite me in the ass.
Yeah, but see, that's what I was saying earlier. Is I would have Fields as my if he was in waivers, I would pick him up.
Okay.
Because
he won't make it to waivers.
Yeah, I know. There's too much hype around him right now, but realistically, there's no potential yet, and there's no telling when Dalton will get benched.
I'm with you.
So I wouldn't want to put all my chips on him being a 2 and never playing him, because if Baker Mayfield has his bye week, whenever the hell that happens, and Fields still ain't playing, now I still have to go waiver wire for a quarterback.
So let's see where Cleveland's bye week winds up.
While he's looking that up, any fun order picks for your fantasy that you guys do? Like he's throwing for position.
Yeah, so fucking this league that I play in, we've done it for like 3 or 4 years now. We do auction draft, and it fucking just blow my dick off. It sucks, and I was thinking of not after last year. I was thinking of not doing it. Week 3?
13.
Oh, 13.
That's plenty of time.
That is plenty of time.
People are going to drop their QB2.
Huh.
Because bye weeks start in week 8.
That is okay.
That's plenty of time.
All right, there you go.
I think we're making a game plan for our number 5 spot.
I'm going number 5. No, I like 3 and 9 way better.
PPR, that's a good pick though. Those 4 you said. What'd you say? Saquon, Robinson, Fields, Mayfield.
Yep.
And OBJ.
Oh yeah, OBJ, Mayfield.
That's 5, but yeah.
But nobody would pick up Mayfield. So you'd get him.
You could potentially run into Mayfield at 17 if you jump your kicker and your defense high.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were talking about.
But yeah, auction draft. Yeah, it fucking sucks.
So
it's annoying. It's more annoying because it's more mental than it is anything else. Like standard pick, if you're fucking pick 5, you get the 5th pick.
Right.
If you're in a PPR league, 5th pick is 5th pick. Whatever, snake draft, however you put it. But auction draft, doesn't matter where you're at. You have round 1, number 1 pick. You put up Christian McCaffrey. We have like $300 or $400 make-believe dollars.
Oh, okay.
You have to outbid everybody. So good fucking luck. So even on that list where it has all the names we were just looking at,
it
says he's averaging $62.
Yep.
Oh shit! That's
So
what that money.
on average, that's $62. So if you have $400, $62 on average, and most of the time he's probably going to go up to $70, maybe close to $80.
That's for one player.
So that's a lot of your money.
Oh,
so you
shit.
have to think, am I going to go all out for my first 3 players and go for broke and then just wait till the later rounds and just kind of dilly-dally around with like $3 a piece at each player and have like a shitty bench? Or am I going to go big for like 2 players, big money for 2 players, save up, and kind of just spread it out evenly?
Oh, it's a lot different thinking.
Because last year, and this was the league that I won 3rd place, but I smoked everybody out of the water. I spent like $70 or like $80 on Alvin Kamara, and it's a PPR league on top of it.
6 tutties, dude.
And then I went Damonte Adams, and I went somebody else too, and they were all $50 a piece. So I had a little bit of money. So I was literally not touching anybody till late round.
Oh, I gotcha.
So my bench was decent. So you have to think about how you want to spend the money.
That's a whole different mindset.
Yeah, it's annoying because you're like, fuck, I got the number 3 pick, and I got to fucking throw up just some fucking dummy and see if they pick them.
So the draft order stays the same. So like you'll still have you'll pick 1, you'll pick 2,
right?
But you're picking who you're auctioning.
Oh, so you're picking the players.
Yeah, so you might.
Interesting.
You honest to God, if you're the number 1 pick, you might throw Robbie Gould out there.
Just as a fuck you.
Just to see if 2 or 3 guys might bet $2 on
it.
Just to try to drain people's fucking banks.
Yeah, because if you go with the top-rated player, it's going to be there for 10 fucking minutes because everybody's going to wait till it counts to you get like 15 seconds. It'll be like 5 seconds, and then it'll pop back up to 15 because somebody just threw $5 on it or something.
Sneaky.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's real interesting. I like that.
It's pretty wild.
I mean, we just have a Hooters waitress choose our order.
We have gone bowling. We have played Mario Kart, which was fucking awesome last year. You have 10 grown men, and we have 2 older gentlemen and 1 kind of older gentleman in our league.
Fantastic.
And you're talking like I'm talking. I don't want to put their ages out there, and because one of them's definitely gonna listen to this, the other one's definitely not gonna listen to this. His kid will listen to this, and then tell him that I said that about him.
I
Snitch.
think I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, and they'll be there tomorrow. But they're like arcade days old, right? Like they go play Donkey Kong for a quarter. So we're all sitting around the TV. 10 grown ass men
Shouting.
are shouting at a TV while one person is racing a time trial on Mario Kart.
Oh, that's
Kyle
fantastic.
Crown ran into a Goomba like as soon as he started.
Oh my
And the
god.
fucking place went nuts. Like,
Oh my god.
as he's racing, like 3 or 4 people are in his face just yelling, "Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!" It was the greatest thing to watch ever.
See, I've got an idea. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but N64 Super Smash Bros. You can set it to 4 characters to play, and all computer. So you bet on who's gonna be the final one standing,
That'd
and
be
then you
good.
just go through the rounds.
That's funny.
Fun facts. Yoshi gets the most kills and is always the first one out. And so Yoshi tries so hard. He's the Baker Mayfield,
Baker Mayfield,
of Super Smash Bros. And Kirby, especially for 64, always wins. Just a little FF fun fact for anybody that's listening.
So one year I drew bingo balls.
Okay.
And your bingo ball was the driver for the Daytona 500, and that was your draft pick wherever they landed.
Oh man,
just
that's
those
fucking-
10 drivers. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
That's funny.
We did chipping. We threw a pin out in the backyard, and the close. You had 3 shots.
CTP.
Closest to the pin. Yeah. Have you ever heard of lagging quarters? So this will tell you how old some of the guys are in our league.
Lagging cord. No, I can't say.
So
I do.
what they do is there's a line,
All right.
and you have a quarter.
Okay.
And you flip the quarter. And if there's 10 of us, the closest one to the line takes all the quarters.
All right.
So it's what, $2.50,
Sure.
$3, whatever it is. So, and you just do that all day. That's what they used to do back in the day, is lag
Huh.
quarters.
Hmm.
They would flip it off a wall. The line would be by their feet, and they'd flip it off a
Oh.
wall and roll back. We didn't flip it off a wall. We just lagged quarters. And
Interesting.
that was your draft order. Wherever your quarter landed, that was your draft order.
Oh,
We've
man.
done some wild shit. We've never done the same thing, though.
Bocce?
Yeah, we can do
Closest
we've
to
never
the
done,
closest to the
but
little
yeah,
ball?
that same thing. Yeah, close to the pin with bocce ball. That'd be wild.
bow
we're throwing-
and arrow roulette. You know, just
I don't
whoever
have that.
stays the longest in the
I'm
circle.
definitely the archer of infamy in our group because I'm the only one that hunts.
See, no, our arrow roulette is random. You just aim an arrow straight in the air.
I thought you were talking about spinning a board and shit.
No. Person that stays
There
the
was
last
that
gets
game
the
going
pick
on
order.
for a while where everybody, like the camera was set in the middle and there was a circle of people all like bent over looking at the camera, and somebody would have something and he would chuck it up in the air, and whoever it hit, out.
I don't hate that either.
I mean, it could be literally a basketball or
Well
a
done,
little
Feeney.
softball or something. It
Yeah,
doesn't have to
Something
be
that causes
an
damage.
egg.
That's what I'm worried about. That's the only thing I care about.
Anyways.
All right, you want to move on to Fowler's Follies? We're probably like
Yeah.
an hour and a half already.
Well, it's
Yeah,
because
we
I'm
are.
so goddamn entertaining.
Fowler's Follies filled with flies and flails and flops and fails. When it comes, we all will. Fowler's Follies. You stupid.
What was the name of that team of the little league team?
I don't know the team. I meant to look that up.
It was a
in my
Little
house.
League World Series though, right?
It was the Little League World Series.
And that was this year?
That was this year. The kid got hit in the inside of the elbow.
Dude, okay. So if at any point we could I could probably pull up the link, or if you got the
Go
link
ahead,
and
I'll
put it
figure
on
it
the
out.
Twitter. On the Twitter page.
Please explain this because I don't
yeah.
know anything.
So it was
about
a
this.
Little League World Series. I think they were up the whole time, weren't they? I think it was like 5-0 or something
okay.
like that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was like an indefinite win. Like the other team was not scoring.
Okay.
This kid takes a pitch to his back arm, right in the elbow.
All right.
He's hurt. He's walked off for a second. You pull it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause this so Tyler can see the video.
Okay.
Give me 1 second here. We'll be right back with you, boys.
I'm so excited. Yeah. What the actual fuck?
So Tyler's watched the video. Not
Reaction
great.
vid.
Nate, take your Fowler's Follies away.
So what was it? It was North Dakota.
North Dakota and South Carolina or something like that. And it was Jiminy Christmas.
Wins the mid. You don't have to play if you're hurt.
South Dakota and Nebraska.
South Dakota and Nebraska.
Braden was the kid that got hurt.
Braden.
He played center.
Warrior.
Shout out to Braden, by the way.
Yeah, warrior, absolute warrior. Kid takes an elbow to the elbow. Takes a pitch to the elbow. Is in pain. Coach checks him. You're fine.
Well,
rub some dirt on it.
Well, just keep in mind, he gave him the grip test. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The grip test.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
because
grip my hand.
that tests your elbow being broken. Is your grip strength. They test out his elbow. Apparently he's fine according to dumb coaches. No medical help, whatever. You know, coaches know best. Goes out there, tries to bat one-handed. He ends up getting on field. No, he gets thrown out.
No,
Barely,
thrown
by
out
the
for the
way.
Barely, yeah. He does a little bunt and gets thrown out. For whatever reason, doesn't get a medical sub still at any point. Has to go play left field.
He was the star center.
He was the star center fielder. Had to go play left field because he couldn't grip the ball, and his glove was in his. Oh no, he's throwing right-handed. No,
Yeah,
was that right?
Right-handed.
He throws right-handed. So yeah, so he couldn't throw the
pitch
ball.
with Back elbow.
Yeah. So he had to catch the ball and then throw it with his left hander. He had to hand it off
Run
to
it in or whatever,
the shortstop.
That was the left field play.
Yeah. So after the game's done, they actually check him again, and they're checking his forearm and his hand.
2 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, game's not over.
Game's-
but about to be.
They actually check his elbow, and it's like, oh shit, he's actually hurt.
Oh no.
So my Fowler Foley's is the coaching staff for not getting this kid looked at. If you get hit with the baseball at any point, it doesn't matter how fast it is, that shit hurts. I could imagine a Little League baseball player's probably, throwing maybe 50?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I mean, you're getting hit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been hit by a car going 50, but I assume it sucks.
Take anything to the elbow. Like, I mean, the inside of your elbow. Like,
There's not a lot of,
bone.
muscle.
Like,
yeah,
there's-
straight bone. Thin-skinned bone.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
tendons
matter.
and bone, baby. Yeah.
The video on YouTube is called Little Leaguer Lays Down One-Handed Bunt, a Breakdown. It's a John Boy video. It's very funny. Well, John Boy makes it funny, but the actual material is not funny.
Yeah.
Braden got hurt, and
Yeah.
the coach just let it fucking happen.
Yeah. The fact that they didn't even, I
Attempt.
don't, there's no, context as to why they didn't set him out at any point. They checked him. The ump let him take a second to, fake tie his shoe.
Or whatever that was, yeah.
But if you see a kid out there trying to bat with only one hand, that should have gave the coaching staff hey, maybe we should get this kid looked at. But again, I don't know if they were allowed to not take him out. So I don't know where the rules are in the Little League World Series why somebody's injured can't take him out.
It's been a long time since I've coached that young of players or in that aspect. But I mean, so I coached 17U. Even with that, you got to find a way.
Yeah.
Even play
Because they were already up by quite a bit, right?
It was
on the
3-0 when he got hit, and it was 6-0 was the final.
Okay,
that
so
team
they
never
didn't
scored.
need him. I think it was more so they were.
I think he got
It
hit
was
the third.
World Series,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't want to give it up, and they said, "Oh, he's our star player. He can tough it out."
Now, also, this kid might be a kid who gets hit every time. He's like, "Oh, I'm hurt." You know,
True.
The coach might have been put in a bad spot here.
True. Yeah. There's not a lot of context because the dude's making a
there's
joke
no
out of it.
context, but the kid was obviously hurt.
Yeah. Kid took a ball to the elbow.
And props to him if he wasn't hurt and he was just one-handed batting because he wanted to fake someone out.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck you. Yeah, I'm definitely hurt. Watch this.
The best part would have been if he slash bunt, and a slash bunt is faking bunt, and then as the pitch is being delivered when the third baseman is coming in, you pull back and you just fucking swing as hard as you can.
Send it one-handed?
Oh, yeah.
Send one at the third baseman. That's the slash bunt.
Yeah, see, my thought process is if I'm hurt and no one believes me, I'm going to make sure I'm extra hurt.
Yeah. But just the way they checked him was just asinine.
Well, why couldn't they call the medic on the field? To
That's what
check
I'm
him
saying.
earlier?
There's no context. They
Like-
kind of checked his grip, and then that was
Coach is
all right, go
yeah.
play.
Why is the coach being like, oh, you're fine?
So in high school, you have to have I don't know what it's called, but
A trainer?
an athletic
Yeah.
trainer at every game.
And I would assume since it's the World Series, they have some kind of staff.
You would think so.
yeah.
Yeah, the fact that nobody else
stepped.
stepped in to check him, and it was just the coach
That,
giving him a grip test.
Wild.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're also looking at longevity of players. Like, yeah, this is the World Series, but is he going to even... He's a kid.
What
is he
happens
gonna
if we
wa-
win?
Is
Yeah.
he going to want to come back next year if he doesn't trust the fucking adults
There
to,
you go.
take care of
That's
him
a
when he's
real
actually
thing in
hurt?
travel ball. That's a real thing. If players don't like coaches, they're gonzo. There's no
Yeah.
contract here, right?
Right, they're kids.
You got to do
That's
everything
smart.
you can to keep your good players.
More
That's
importantly, is his parents going
Not
to
even
trust
good
the
players,
fucking
just your
people?
players.
Yeah.
You have to make sure all your players are happy. It's
Yeah.
a hard thing to do.
At his
Yeah.
age, it's the parents. Now is that I was hurt and my dad saw my coach not give a shit. You bet his ass. I'm not going back to that fucking league ever.
Right.
Oh, if I had anything to do with that kid, friend, brother, cousin, father, he's coming out of that game.
Yeah.
I'm going on the field, or he's coming out of the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
Well, yeah, for sure. Because it didn't. He did nothing after he was injured. So what the hell was the point? The kid that filled his spot at center field caught the pop
One
out.
more time?
The center base.
Center base?
I'm pretty
Big baseball
sure,
guy.
Pretty sure there's bases in outfield, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
You might have to step up your game.
You
and
got to
start
run
paying
all the
more
way
attention.
to the fucking green monster and back.
Idiot.
But yeah, so that's my Fowler's Follies. We haven't been here in a while, so that's what, like 2 weeks?
Yeah,
2
like
weeks
2
of
weeks ago.
pent up anger.
I found that.
Oh man.
I found that on like a Tuesday night at I was in Michigan, so it was probably like midnight for me. And I texted these guys like, "Boys, I'm sorry it's late, but I'm fucking triggered."
Yeah, that was just really just dumb on their behalf. Again, there's no context, so I can't really blame the coach. His
we
way
don't.
of testing the dude's elbow was kind of idiotic.
What we saw was
Yeah,
outrageous.
yeah. What we saw was the coaches being very dumb with how they check kids' elbow.
Because when you're checking for grip strength, that's all tendons and muscle.
He didn't get hit in the forearm; he got hit in the elbow.
I mean, realistically, tendons go up.
Well, yeah.
But
I know
my
what you
point
mean.
is he didn't check anything for the bone,
Yeah.
which is more likely why he was in pain. You're not going to be
Well,
really severing
he touched him
tendons.
he touched his elbow. He said it hurt. He touched again, said it hurt, and then he still went out there and batted left-handed. And then checked him, one-handed.
Left-handed, technically, yeah.
Yeah. And then
The right-hander's better
at the end
box.
of the game, they checked him again. It was like, oh, shit, he was actually hurt. Up 6-0. Let's check.
The last out of the game.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we could take him out now.
And props to little Jimmy, knife in the throat.
Knife in
That
the
was
throat.
funny, dude.
I
Oh
Hey,
my
man,
God.
I love it.
Throat.
Kids that age are already understanding being killers.
That was
Hey,
funny.
hey,
Please
hey.
watch
Mamba
that
mentality.
video.
He's mic'd up, by the way.
He
Oh,
was.
sorry,
yeah.
Coach.
Gags, Tucky. Please
I
watch
love
that
that
video.
attitude.
Kyle Crown, Nick Schmidt. Who else is probably listening to this? Nate Casper. Do you know Nate Casper?
I don't know. I don't think
He's
so.
from Longfellow Elementary. No.
Shout out to
I went to
Patrick Mahomes.
Grissom.
Nate Casper, please watch that video. It's fucking hysterical. Patrick Mahomes. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Patrick
Shut up, man. Idiot. Final thoughts. We're wrapping this up. We're like an hour 30, dude.
Oh man, this is a fucking blast.
Good. I'm glad
It
you
was
had
a
a
good
good time. I'm glad you came and hang out with me all day.
I hope I sounded somewhat coherent.
Well, outside of
I mean,
the
you
Matthew
asked questions and
Stafford
we
LA
answered it, so
Rams.
I meant
you know.
were my questions coherent?
Oh, yes.
Were
Yeah,
they
outside
valid?
of the, outside of the few comments.
I
Nothing outside of Kyle Crown.
No, that's
It's not
true.
like Kyle Crown would have done that.
shade thrown at Kyle.
Do you care? Do you care if people find you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
Good luck.
All right. Drink your water.
Off the grid, yeah. Drink your water. I just got into video game streaming. I'm on
nice.
Twitch.
Oh, now we're gonna plug it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm on Twitch now.
It's because I was making fun of you.
No, I've just been doing it for like the last 2 weeks, and
Did
I
you
haven't
not?
been here.
You didn't watch us live on the OTSN draft. So me and Gags were doing the live stream of the OTSN draft, and you obviously were part of that, and you were part of the draft, not the live stream.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I kept making fun of you, like, yeah, he has a Twitch stream, and he never plugs it on the podcast where.
Well, I never use it. I use it to watch because
I'm tweeting it out like crazy. I haven't retweeted
Yeah.
it. I feel bad.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I've been just recently. I just started doing it because my brother Kobe just started streaming too, and I'm like, because when I was doing the whole Twitch thing, I don't really watch anybody play. Like I might watch highlights that pop up on like Facebook or something or TikTok or whatever, but I don't sit there and watch somebody play for 3 hours. And I'm not going to donate money.
Nick
Which
Schmidt does.
double-edged sword. I wish somebody would give me money. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I use it to just like follow people that already had accounts and were streaming. I never thought of streaming. And then my brother did it. I'm like, oh, I I'm usually playing for at least 3-4 hours a day. Why not do it? I mean, I'm not expecting anything right away, but if I do this for like a year or two, I might get a good following. I have 10 followers right now,
There you go.
and I get at least 3 people every once in a while.
By the way, probably more than Region Degenerates has.
So, yeah, I just started streaming. So you can find me on Twitch at Nate Fowler 34. You should see a little icon of me in my little football get-up. Be very easy to find.
That's very cute.
Thanks,
I'll
man.
watch you just for that.
Thanks.
You got.
I'm not like, you can't see me playing. Like me, you can't see my
can hear you,
reaction.
though, yeah?
You can hear me. You can watch me playing the game.
Do you sound different when you're wearing your football getup? That's all. That's
I
really.
don't know. Maybe give you some ASMR on the mic.
I'll get you some cat ears. We'll figure it all out.
Yeah. So Twitch, Nate Fowler 34 is the extra handle to my. Find me on. Which one do you? Oh, Fowler's _ Foley's
There
on
you go.
Twitter. I don't post much on my Finsta, my Fitstagram.
You should retweet that YouTube on your Twitter.
I will.
That YouTube link for your Fowler's Foley's.
I will.
And you should start tweeting out the Fowler Foley of every week,
I could do that.
like Saturday
Oh
sometime.
yeah.
I could
Or
do
even
that.
fucking Friday if someone's interested in it. Like,
Yeah, if I find something, I'll definitely
start
save it
tweeting
and
out.
share.
Just make that account just Foley's.
I could do that
Follow
because
it.
I don't really do much else on it. I honestly haven't even really been on my Twitter other than when I get tagged when
There you
this gets shared. So I could definitely do that.
If it's even right, I never get his Twitter.
Bro,
handle right.
I had to specifically change my Twitter handle to Fowler _ Foley's because he could never get it right. My original. He fucked it up every time,
It was
and then I
fucking-
changed
it's so
it.
That's
fucking hard.
fantastic.
It's like it's beast, but it's like 1 backwards 3 4
Backwards
A,
3.
S T like +5. And it's like, please follow me. And it's like, who fucking listens?
That's intense.
It
That's
was a lot.
aggressive. See,
Yeah.
I like my oxymoron. And I go by
It wasn't that bad.
I go
made
by
it weird.
my
What's it called?
Instagram's like that.
Anonymous Triumph, because my last name's Triumph. So what's the point of being anonymous?
Anonymous Triumph.
So everything is I'm anonymous Triumph.
funny.
And it sounds cool.
Yeah. So follow me on Twitter, Fowler _ Foley's with a O.
Follies.
Yeah, Mike's Canadian.
No, with a Y. I always go FOLIES.
I mean, I
Of
think that's how you
EYS.
spell it.
Follies. It's FOLYS.
Why is it
EY.
not Foley's?
EY. Well, I see. I still can't fucking do it.
Follies.
Are you done?
Follies. Yeah, and then
I'm not
Twitch,
rushing you
Nate
at
Fowler 34. No, that's it.
You can catch me Thursday, September 9th at Bridges, Mikey's Morning Coffee. It's 4:30. I just finalized the menus. The time is finalized. I will 100% be there at 4:30. Don't worry about that.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too far. I was going to drop it.
You can find me there at 4:30. It's going to be about a 20-minute show. It's going to be me. I think the first show is going to be me with no guests, and then at the end I'm going to bring in Jeff and Scott, or Jeff and or Scott. We're going to do a Bridging the Gap segment where we talk about the Bears and whatever else they want to talk about. I know Scott is a Notre Dame fan. I still got to talk to Jeff and figure out where his fandom lies as far as college goes. I'm very excited to get this ball rolling with Bridges Scoreboard. If you want to come have a drink with me on Sundays, we're going to start at 10:30. And that Thursday, I'm probably going to hang out and watch the first half of the game up at Bridges. So if anyone wants to come up there, watch the show. And it's going to be hard to catch a show at 4:30. I understand that, but I want to be done before the professionals start doing pregame, so they can turn the audio on. So I'm going to start at 4:30. I'm trying to be done by the 20-minute mark. And then I'm going to sit up there and drink and watch football. And if you got any football questions, feel free to come talk to me. If I don't know, I'll tell you I fucking don't know. If I know, I'll tell you to put your fucking mortgage on it. You know?
That's very honest of you.
That's fair.
Don't take financial advice from Michael is all I'm saying.
If you want gambling, if you want to win some gambling bets, go to Julie.
Hey, I was 50 and 30 last year on Mikey's Morning Coffee, though.
That's plus.
Some
that's
people
more
call
than
that
500.
good.
I mean,
It's not a losing record.
No, Degenerate Kennedy has something to say. I guess she was winning record too last year. Doubt it.
I think she's taking credit for your
Degenerate
victory.
Kennedy will be back also this year. I'm going to get some tennis balls for her coming up. But with that being said, we're an hour and 43 in. Sorry, boys, if you've listened to this. Should I start giving something away?
If you listen to this whole thing, I'll send you nudes.
An hour and a half.
Like ramen.
Do
Yeah.
I have anything to...
No one wants to see anything else.
I don't know. If I'll figure... maybe next time. I'll figure something out for a giveaway.
Get an koozie.
Yeah, maybe I'll start getting some. We'll do some region degenerate.
Or like a little poster with our little logos on it, like
don't-
the Facebook thing.
I don't hate that. I like the koozie
Well-
idea. Those are easy to make, easy and cheap. Let's start giving away koozies. All right, let's do it now. You got a hashtag?
Hashtag Degenerate Kennedy.
Hashtag Degenerate Kennedy Week 1. The one will break the hashtag. But if you've listened an hour and 43 minutes in, hashtag Degenerate Kennedy Week 1. Tag me, tag Nate, tag Kyle Crown,
Good luck if you can find me.
tag Region Degenerate. So 4 tags. Hashtag Degenerate Kennedy Week 1. I understand the number 1 will cut the hashtag off, but that's fine. And then I'll pick a winner at random out of the probably 4 people that'll hashtag it.
You got to tag all 4, and you got to follow all 4 of us.
You gotta-
At least me, Kyle, and Bubba.
Well,
'Cause
Region
you gotta
Degenerate.
find-
It'll
yeah.
be Region Degenerate, so 4, yeah.
Right.
4 tags, 4 follows, and a hashtag, and I'll give you a koozie at random. I'll pick a winner and give you a koozie at random.
I can get in on this, right?
Sure.
Sweet.
Sure, Tyler won. I'll give him a koozie tonight. No, I'm just kidding. For real, do that, and we will see you next week. And we are out.
Out.